Indeed, and greetings unto you, beloved and holy friends. Thank you so much for joining me here again on such a beautiful day. I appreciate you sharing this time with me. I appreciate you taking some liberty, spend some of your actual consciousness with me today in this moment. It means more than I can express. It means more than I can genuinely convey, and I just wanted to thank you. I genuinely appreciate it. Thank you again, friends. I do want to say something worth saying. Let's see if one of them. Ooh, okay. This is not technically a thing worth saying. Maybe this is the one, actually. Yeah. Love starts where you are and flows out to others. It's actually something Toasty said on a stream once. And today's title is Happy You is Happy Me. And it's basically what I've been thinking about today is how, on a fundamental level, if you're not kind, if you're not loving, if you're not happy and, loving of life, it's kind of miserable. I genuinely don't believe, and this might be a personal bias, I genuinely don't believe there is anything to be enjoyed of life if you're living in a way where you're hurting people. Let me go back. Oh, Kira, thank you for being here, my friend. I love you. How are you doing, my sister? I've been holding you in my heart and I've been thinking about you. Toasty the Most is a good looking. Toasty the Most is the good lookingest. We made it, yes. Here we are, Toasty. Here we are. Hopefully, we won't be having power cuts at exactly the same time for the next weeks. That would be mildly unfortunate, but today we had another power cut around the time that we streamed. Thank you for the vibe and Gob. It's so nice to have you here, dude. How are you feeling, Gob? Did you do a doggy stream today? I was on my phone for maybe 3 hours today, 3 hours in the morning. I was making sure to get to all of the messages, and then I kind of just didn't anymore. I spent some time with my brothers, spent some time with my brother had a friend over, spent some time with them, spent some time helping my mom with her baking stuff, and then as soon as I felt like I'm now free, the power is bonk. I was like, okay, I guess this is how it is. Hey, Jovan, loves from the D&D party. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Jovan. Are you going to be playing D&D tonight? Or are we going to do the actual talking about who is going to be assigned to what D&D character today? I'm not sure, actually. I feel like I'm a little bit out of the loop on that one, Jovan. But thank you for joining me, friend. Kira, thank you. Wow, what did I say? You said this, Toasty. This is a thing worth saying that you mentioned once. Love starts from you and flows out to others. Yeah, love starts where you are and flows out to others, dude. And, with today's topic, the reason I'm saying this, I don't know if you've watched this before, watched it before or watched it already. I sent Toasty specifically this Joe Rogan inspirational reel, and I know it can be cheesy, to do stuff like that, but I felt so right about it, if you will. He goes into talking about it starts with, I'm feeling like I'm trying to follow 10,000 trains of thoughts. It starts with him basically talking to Jordan Peterson, and how Jordan Peterson had a line in his book where he says, most people live lives of quiet desperation. And how I've seen myself live a life of quiet desperation for so long, and how that quiet desperation literally enrages you. It drives you mildly insane. It makes you angry, it makes you resentful, it makes you kind of lash out to this world. And in doing so, you're more hateful, you're more hurtful, you're less kind towards the world. And then it's this perpetual loop that you start to get into, where you project outward into this world, hatred and, disgust. And then that's the only thing you keep getting back. And one of the things he said, and he like he even says like, oh, maybe like I sound like a hippie, and I'm like, yeah, I sound like a hippie, dude, go for it. And he's like, and love is the answer. Like, it genuinely is, if you are genuinely loving towards other beings, if other beings enjoy being, with you, it's not so much about I am the one that's supposed to be enjoying this state of being, if you will. It's about we are supposed to be enjoying the state of being. Because if you're trying to build happiness, if you're trying to build an understanding on a fundamental level that you're the only one that's supposed to be happy, that is, on a fundamental level, the most difficult thing to be relatable to, because not all of us are you. And he goes into saying like you're supposed to live your life like you're the movie character, down in the dumps, like, drinking Mountain Dew and Doritos in a blender. You want to take your own life, and then you see like your daughter, for example, a picture of your daughter, for example, and then you change your life, and you basically make the decision to start doing things differently. Oh man, and I just felt like such a sheer yeah, man, and it was just so wonderful. I'm so happy to be sharing love with you friends, to be happy with you friends, to be in a place where we can share things like this, to know that we're thought of and things, and like just know, I think today is my birthday, so I want to share some time with my loves, Infamous One. Happy birthday, my friend. Oh, like I wanted to ask how old you are, and then I instantly realized I'm not supposed to ask how old you are. You are, 13.8 billion years old, my friend. Happy birthday. Thank you for being here for another year. Thank you for joining us on this special day. Thank you for taking time to be here with us, and for allowing us to celebrate you as well, Infamous One. Happy birthday to you, my friend. We love you so much. Jasmine's is good day, Melt, and dear friends, I do hope you are all well. Glad to spend this time with you, as I am to have you spend time with us, Jasmine. Thank you, my friend. Infinitely thank you for being here as well. Happy birthday. Hey, bud, been a while since I've seen a stream. You're looking like you lost weight. Yeah. Dirk Diggler? I did, friend. Like, I've lost about 6 kilograms in the last 10 days. I am fasting, so oh goodness, you lose weight fast because your body is like, oh, no more food, guess we're eating fat. And that's been happening last night. So and this might be a little bit of how do you say, shameful information, feelings of like yikes or whatever, but I tend to be a shy eater, especially when it comes to junk food. Like I'll literally wait until everybody's asleep, and then I'll like sneak into the kitchen and I'll like get myself a packet of chips, and then I'll like devour that packet of chips completely alone. And I know it's like fundamentally flawed to do stuff like that, but for some reason, something in my consciousness doesn't want to be seen doing stuff like that. And as a result of that, my ghrelin levels, basically your, hunger hormone, gets spiked at my nighttime hours. And last night, it was brutal. Like, it felt, I wasn't hungry. Like, I'm not fundamentally hungry. I still have fat left, so there's more than enough energy in my body to sustain myself. But I was I keep forgetting the word. It's not less, it's, I was craving, that's the word again, yeah. I was just so craving of like something, anything. And then I was like watching something as well, and they were like having food, and I was just like imagining what that food must taste like, and I was just getting myself deeper and deeper into that thought pattern. And I thought to myself again, in the same way, oh, it's in the middle of the night, nobody will see it. And I'm like, dude, you know, you're not going to get away with anything. There is no, you know, doing something against your intention and getting away with it, because if you lie, no matter what, you're only lying to yourself, right? Our understanding that we are a shared consciousness, the understanding that each and every single one of us are living these individual lives, but on a fundamental level, each and every single one of us could have been switched around, right? So on that level, you can only lie to yourself. And I was I was like literally like almost tensing up, you know, with the amount of resistance I was feeling in my body. And I just like pushed it through. I went to sleep, I dreamt, you know, and like literally in a dream, I kind of find myself, you know, in this little storage area we have. There's like speaker systems, there's like people dancing, and I have this weird thing in dreams sometimes where I have a hard time opening my eyes. I don't know if that's something that's common, but it's almost like the outside is too bright. Like I can see everything, but my eyes are closed. I don't know if that makes any sense. Anyway, I mean, maybe that's just my brain being like, oh, we have closed eyes and we're dreaming and we're seeing things, but the eyes are closed. I don't know. Anyway, and like I'm like in the middle of the crowd, having a hard, like trying to dance, having a hard time like opening my eyes, if you will. And I'm like, okay, this is not comfortable. I'm going to move out of this, you know, tight space, if you will. And I move further back into the storage area, and there are just tables, like actual tables upon tables upon tables, like, you know, eight tables just stacked with like pizza and wings and burgers and french fries and like these little Rice Krispie treats and just like everything that's bad for me, but I absolutely love eating, and it's just like a plethora of it. And I'm just like, oh wait, it's a party, I'm gonna be munching. And I munch away, dude. I just like eat myself into a like a food coma basically. And then while this is happening, I'm smoking joints and I'm just having such a time. And then like almost I get this moment of clarity, this moment of sobriety through all of this, and I'm like, wait a second, aren't I fasting? And then I was like, oh fuck, damn it, what have I done? Oh no, no. And then I wake up and I'm like, wait a second, none of that happened. And I'm like, yeah, yeah, I did it. I woke up another day. I beat the cravings. It's been done. So thank you, friend. Yeah, I definitely have lost weight. I'm probably gonna continue to. Bless up. Thank you, brothers. Clegane? I appreciate it, brother. Thank you so much for joining us, my friend. I think I've seen you here before. I don't remember you talking much though. Sorry for giving you a strong melt. I got autocorrected. It's okay, dude. It's just a little bit of novelty you're sprinkling in there. My brain had to process twice as much so that I don't have many. Thank you for the energy, infamous one. I'm sending energy right back to you as well. Happy Sunday to you, Snoo. Thank you so much, my friend. How are you doing? I'm off from the doggy daycare until October 18th. So 8 days, like a whole week. Okay, by choice. God, I'm so happy for you, man. Like, I hope that you get to actually spend some time chillaxing. And then on October 21st, I'll be streaming literally from Haywire Hill. Woo! Yeah, man, that sounds amazing. Dude, God, I can't wait, bro. I look forward to seeing that, man. You must be so ecstatic as well. So within 11 days, Gob is going to be on Haywire Hill. Like, we're streaming on the Haywire Hill subreddit right now, technically, and Gob is actually going to have the opportunity to go directly to Haywire Hill, spend some time with Uncle Becky and Aunt B and Emma and Bobby and all of the beautiful animals, and be able to see the wonderful sunrises, be able to chillax next to the big body of water. Oh, I'm not jealous. I'm super happy for you, Gob. Oh, dude, it's gonna be blessed, man. Oh, man, I look forward to hearing. I'm feeling good today, Brother Melt. The present is busy here. There is a joy hiding under every shadow. Absolutely, my sis. We appreciate you being here with us still, you know, regardless of the things you're going through, the pain you're feeling, still being an absolute light. Thank you. Genuinely, thank you so much. I'm in the book. Woo! I don't even remember saying that. I gotta watch that video. Ooh, Toasty, like even me, I have a hard time remembering when that was, dude. And unfortunately, it was probably like a few minutes. So I guess you'll just have to watch through every single one of the melt videos. Yes, until you find it. I don't need the watch time. I don't know. Just looking. Hey, Aiden is here. He says, hello, friends. Just popping in for a second to say hi. I'm not here for long, but all my good vibes and all the loves. All my good vibes and and loves are. Oh, okay. Like he's saying he's not here, but all of his love and good vibes are. Thank you, brain fart. Okay. See you tomorrow, friends. You are loved and lovable and worthy of love. Thank you, Aiden. Dude, I'm like curious about how your wedding, like not your wedding went, but the wedding went as well, man. Christabel, thank you for joining us, my friend. How are you feeling today? Like it's gonna be a windy day. Like literally, again, as I come to stream, the wind is like, yay! Melt is streaming. Let's sing him a song. That book is so much happier and cozier with Toasty's words in it. Oh, absolutely. I couldn't agree more, Kira. Good morning, Cody. Thank you for joining us, my friend. How are you doing, friend? Good morning. Thank you for the heartwarming, Christabel. The way we greet one another daily is so heartwarming. Everyone is so happy to see friends. We're all just a pile of mash. Absolutely, Kira. Like I'm wondering if they'll implement like whisper features. Not that I don't want to see you friends saying hi to one another, but I think it would equip us to be able to say hi to one another without feeling any resistance towards it, you know. You can literally just be like in stream like, hey, psst, hey, I love you. And I won't know, but I will know. Hello, Shashi. It's nice to have you here again, friend. How have you been? Happy birthday, so much happy birthdays. Yes, oh, cheers to you, Toasty. You guys make my heart smile, as you do ours, friend. Hey, Aaron is here as well. Good morning, dude. How are you feeling, Aaron? I hope you're basically healed by now. How are you, man? Like, me and Aaron, oh goodness. Me and Aaron, me and Edmund, me and Kira, me and Melita, me and Javad, me and Toasty. Like, I've all, you know, set the intention, and me and Uncle Becky, actually. There might be even more. Probably. I've set the intention to actually have a call with one another. We just have to find the time, or have our times align. I look forward to having that chat with you as well, Aaron. So much love to you, dude. Happy Sunday, Melt and more! I hope everyone is well today. I'm doing so well. So well on B. How about you, my friend? I'm the big 38! Oh, congratulations, my friend. 38 years young. Man, the amount of experience you must have had, Infamous One, in your 38 years of life. What is the most important lesson that you've learned? If you'd be willing to share that with me, I would love to know. Infamous One, we are so blessed by your present. Happiest day of birth. Woohoo! Woohoo indeed! I'm blessed. Oh, so much happiness. Perfect space to share on this day. Oh, absolutely. Vincent is here again. It says happy birthday, Infamous One. What a day to be able to join back to the stream again after a long break. I hope you have the most wonderful time today, as I hope you do too, Infamous One. Vincent, thank you so much for sharing love of Infamous One. How are you doing, dude? Are you getting enough sleep? How's the college going or uni going? How are you, Vincent? It's nice to have you here again, dude. Happy birthday. You're doing a great job, Melty. Thank you, Kira. I'm feeling a little bit flustered. I don't know exactly why. I think it's just because it's kind of cold, weirdly enough. And I didn't really think I would need a blanket. It's literally in the middle of summer by now. But it's probably just the wind, you know, not leaving me alone. And hello to all of you as well, Kira. So much happiness. dude. Vincent, our loved friend. Thank you for joining us again. The brothers Clegane. I hope you're well. I think he is. I hope so as well. I don't know if he's still here. Is the brothers Clegane another streamer or just another friend that lurks the Arpaniverse, if you will? Gob, if I didn't love you so much, I would be jealous, right? Damn, might have to visit Haywire Hill myself someday. Oh, absolutely, Toasty. Like, man, I'm looking forward to the day that Uncle Becky has, like, let's say, what would be an appropriate number? 11. Toasty. 11 cottages, like, set up. You can just kind of book yourself into a cottage. It has, like, a small little patio with 2 little chairs. You can make yourself a coffee. You can just kind of sit on Haywire Hill, look out on the scenery, and just be. I look forward to being able to go there myself and experience that as well. Uncle Becky has big plans. I'll allow you all to be jealous. Like you're allowed X amount of jealousy, thank you. And don't you overextend though. I'm so thrilled for you. You deserve the break and the love of Haywire Hill. Absolutely. I've completely came back to health now. And guess what? I have been having good sleep for the last few days, Mel, since a lot of my stress has been lessened a lot this week. I'm so happy to hear that, Vincent. Like, is anything specifically changed? You know, why exactly are you less stressed? What was stressing you to the point where you couldn't sleep? And is your freedom from that thing that stressed you now permanent? Is it a choice? Is it something you have to go back to? Do you think you will have the mental capacity to be less stressed if you go back to it? Sorry for the budget questions, dude. I'm so happy that you're doing well, man. This, right on me, definitely. Thank you for the wholesome. I appreciate that as well, Cody. So much love to you, my friend. It's made me smile, right? So glad to read this. Keep taking care, friend. Absolutely. Please do, Vincent. You deserve to feel good, man. Sleep is an essential part of our beingness as well. Interestingly enough, almost all mammals dream. It's like a very essential part to our consciousness to it as well. I saw like a plume of dust coming from my eyes and then it got taken by the wind, fortunately. Basically healed, still congested. I'm happy to hear that. It must be like the last few days then, Aaron. I was just going through a little account of all of the time we spent together, Aaron. How much you've experienced, how much you felt, how much you've had to deal with as well, man. How are you feeling, dude? Like, other than the health, how are you feeling, dude? I am regularly going to university now from morning 8 to evening 6 with 3 hours of bus transport. But I'm using the time to read since I've been getting less time for it. So I'm setting in my new life now. Vincent, it's gonna be, you know, a while, if you will. You know, you're going to have to go through this new life of yours, you know, get your degree, like finish studying and then continue, friend. Like, unfortunately sometimes we have to hunker down a little bit and get them things done, but I know you can, dude. It makes me happy that you're settling into your pattern, if you will. This is how you up random people's vibes, for sure. I respect it. Thank you, Mike. I respect you, friend. This is exactly what we get to do. A happy you is a happy me. We can only lift each other up in happiness. You know, if you have to step on other beings for you to gain happiness, it's like stepping on yourself. Hey Vasker, as jy jou meel wil hê, binne die rekenaarkamer is daar so 'n pak vir jou. Daar's by die rekenaarkamer waar ek sit, is daar so 'n sak meel vir jou. Welkom man. I am okay. Aaron. Thank you, Infamous One on beats because of all of the love. Absolutely, my friend. There we go, Katie. Hey, it's nice to have you here. Thank you for joining us. I'm happy to see you. I was thinking actually, like yesterday, I just see that I received a bunch of WhatsApp messages, and it's Katie being like in big bold text, "Hurry up! I'm missing you, where are you?" Because I wasn't streaming at my regular time. And I was like, "Oh, Katie, my heart friend, I'm sorry." Like, unfortunately, our power wasn't working during my normal streaming times. So, but here we are, friend. It's so nice to have you here on my second cup of coffee. I fell asleep listening to Uncle Becky telling stories last night. My phone died. I got to catch the tail end of Uncle Becky's stream, and it was absolutely blessed. We had some chats about Uncle Becky's father, about Bubby, about how Haywire Hill kind of come to be, about Special Roast, the little award Uncle Becky has. Uncle Becky also mentioned something about living infinitely versus living temporarily, I guess. And one of the things he said is how if you live in a way and you say things that resonate with people to the point where it gets perpetuated into their lives, into their decisions, into the things they tell themselves, that is exactly how you live infinitely. And Uncle Becky, like, literally has this thing that he makes very, very, very present on his streams as well, where he says, if you can be the reason for someone else's happiness, to make someone else's day, to put a smile on someone's face, take it. Like, it doesn't cost you anything. Just try and make someone else happy. And like, Uncle Becky genuinely lives infinitely within me in that way as well. The same thing with Aunt V. Aunt V's is do what you can with what you have where you are. And like, I literally actually said that to a friend today, Aunt V. You are so loved, my friend. Thank you, friends, for living infinitely within me as well. I appreciate you so much. How are you doing, Katie? Like, you mentioned 2 days ago that you feel like your roommate, if you will, is still driving you up the wall. Has there been... Why do I have a hard time Englishing today? Has there been any developments on that front? Estian, you're looking fine as usual. Thank you. I appreciate your love, Katie. Looks like Mufasa. I mean, the hair is definitely puffing up a little bit with the wind kind of going at it. Thank you, my friend. You flatter me. Thank you for the hugs, Dusty. I'm looking forward to the day I can give every single one of you a hug as well. I was reading an article on emotions yesterday, and it stated that emotions/feelings are contagious. So managing your emotions can affect those around you, in turn affecting yourself. You friends helped me to start my day positively, and now, just by sharing that bit of information, Jasmine, you are doing the exact same thing for us. Thank you. Thank you so much, my friend. It genuinely is that way, and it was for the longest time something that I believed, if you will, and then we haven't set an intention actually, and then it just became a life mission. Instead of it just being something that I vaguely understood, I almost went a little bit hard with it and made it what I want to do. Being able to, I mean, I don't think I have the ability to control my emotions, but I genuinely have the ability to feel genuinely about them. And the emotions we've been able to share with one another here, the smiles we've shared, the good memories we've shared, the stories we've shared here, literally, again, it's something that lives infinitely within me. It's something that is absolutely profound. Jasmine, you're a part of that, friend. I appreciate you so much for being here with us. Like a global network of consciousness. There we go. Nose to nose. You all make me happy, as you do us, my friend. You are the all as well, Katie. It's been a difficult year for us in so many ways. I'm feeling all the feels. and committing myself to abide in gratitude. It's so difficult sometimes, huh, Aaron? It's like the universe sometimes takes your commitment, to gratitude as like a challenge. It's like, oh yeah, oh yeah. Let's see, let's see how much you're grateful for. Let's see how pure you can keep your mind. How unencumbered by rage, unencumbered by sorrow, unencumbered by feelings of lack. Let's see. And then the universe just kind of beats the shit out of you sometimes. Thank you, Aaron. Like you're doing it, friend. We are doing it. We're trying to, at least. It's more than a lot of people can say. Some people just give up. They give up on the understanding of living in a state of gratitude. And it kind of goes like coinciding with complaining sometimes. And I'm not saying that there is absolutely no room for complaining, but when complaining becomes your first resource, if it's complaining first and then like, oh yeah, but then this thing, then it becomes something that you're almost feeding into. For what it's worth, Aaron, like, you haven't been complaining, dude. Think about that. You've shared that you're sick, you've shared your turmoils, but you haven't complained. You've been grateful for all of it, you've been present within all of it. And I see that, friend. I hope that you see it too. You're doing well, man. I believe in you so much. Katie cracking me up. No, you synchronization. Uncle Becky's spook stories last night had me rolling, man. Oh my goodness, my side hurt. This spooky stories made you laugh. I actually saw Uncle Becky said something about no sleep. Like he's reading from No Sleep, and I asked if it's the same as creepypasta, and no one answered me. So I'm guessing probably no. I don't know. I don't know what No Sleep is. Is it supposed to make you not sleep because you're so terrified? Creepypasta can do that as well. I love it. Hey Katie, how are you doing, lovely friend? I was thinking of you. If you were doing well, much love to you. There we go. I hope you're doing well. For what it's worth, Katie, you've been super loving nonetheless. Katie also recently joined the Discord, and it was so nice to have you there, my friend. Still is nice to have you here. Lamar, dang, I wish I stayed up late these days. I was heckin' snoozing. I mean, I tuned in at 9:40 a.m. my time, so it's probably like, what, 2 a.m., 3 a.m. ish, Uncle Becky's time. So I mean, it's even difficult for me to stay up that late. Like Uncle Becky, or no, it was Red that said something like, oh, I guess I'm gonna have to sleep. I'm not in my 20s anymore. And then I felt, oh, Red, I'm in my 20s and I don't want to stay up until 3 a.m. Hey, it's Lisa. Hey, fam. I've missed everyone. I'm so glad I could finally make it. Sending love right back to you, friend. Thank you for making it. Thank you for joining us in the space. Heath Ledger-ish. Yeah, puzzle-headed. Heath Ledger. Heath Ledger. Yeah, maybe actually, yeah, I'm Heath Ledger, not Heath Ledger. Maybe like a little bit of Heath Ledger sprinkle, maybe some Chris Pontius, a little bit of Chris Pratt, some Chris Hemsworth in there as well. Some Weird Al, maybe a little bit of Kenny G. And then it combines. You stir the pot, and then like you add like a big vial of crazy as well. And then here we are. Thank you for joining us, Puzzle-Headed Major. It's nice to have you, friend. Hey, I'm doing a lot better than before, thank you. I think I'm coming to terms with the separation, and shit doesn't bother me as much knowing we're not a unit anymore. I don't have to worry about ridiculous stuff. Katie. And I knew you would, friend. And I'm so happy that we could be patient, be loving, be accepting of you, for you to be able to realize that for yourself. We didn't have to teach you that. We didn't have to force that down your throat. We all knew that was something that you would naturally come to conclude as well. And it makes me so happy to hear that. So happy. Doing wacky girl, I miss your smile. Me too, Lisa. You're so loved, friend. I'll always want more and I'll never have enough of Mel. These two guys are amazing. Stop it. Stop it. Thank you, Lisa. You're so loved. I'm doing good. How are you? I mean, I need to set an intention for this glass of water I've just been sipping on. What am I feeling? I'm feeling flustered slash like words are coming a little bit hard, if you will. So yes, I want to word good. Let's sprinkle some irony in that as well, actually. I'm doing well. Oh, truth. The universe does that, right? Oh, actually, like I wanted to mention this as well. So during my battles with cravings last night, for some reason, the universe was like, oh, let me put you in a position where you have access, or not even access, but you're already taking the first couple of steps to be able to break the fast, like to go and get yourself a pack of chips. And it's not only packs of chips, there's like packs of chips and these little pretzels with peanut butter in them and caramel coated popcorn and cookies and like wafers and like there's so much freaking good stuff to eat in the house right now. Of course, like every time I can't eat things, the family is like, oh wait, we're going to eat all of the good things. So what happened, like while I was basically in my room, the car alarm, like my dad's car alarm goes off. So I have to get up, I have to take my key, I have to go to the house, I have to unlock the house, I have to get the key, unlock it, relock it, to turn the alarm off. So the getting up, the getting of the key, the going to the kitchen, unlocking it and going inside of the kitchen, like that is like the first steps, to getting to the point where you're going to now and get yourself a pack of chips. Like it would literally be 6 more steps and then I have a pack of chips in my hand and I'm like, universe, why you gotta be like this? And I'm like, okay, I've resisted, I'm gonna close the door again. I lock the door, I go back, and like I'm literally struggling again with these thoughts, of like, oh, how good would a pack of chips be? How good would it? I'm like, yeah, it would be good, you're right, but no. And then again, it happens again, and I'm like, bruh, please, please, why? And then I was still able to beat it. I'm so happy. Like I felt a little bit pompous at one point, where I was like repeating over and over in my head, I am more powerful than hunger. I am more powerful than cravings. I am more powerful than want. And I was like going through that loop and was like, I am more powerful. I can do it. It's almost impossible to control emotions, but how we respond to them is the key. Very well put, Cody. I couldn't agree more, my friend. No Sleep is a subreddit very much like old school creepypasta. Okay, thank you, Toasty. So I wasn't that far off. I knew there was something about it that gave me some sort of inkling. Like I didn't get to hear any of the spooky stories, but I did get to catch the end of it. I got to hear all of the wholesome vibes. Ironic. My bias is showing. And how we support each other. Oh yes, absolutely. How we support each other in, emotions as well. Like, because there's also the ability for us to react in different ways or to respond in different ways to others' emotions. And sometimes we have this intention to like just be like, oh, get over it, just stop feeling. Because we're not the one feeling that thing. Like we're not the one viscerally involved in that emotional state. And then because of that, we kind of, forget the person. We forget the fact that that person is still actually going through something. And just because we've gone through stuff like that and we've been able to overcome and been able to stay, head over water, doesn't necessarily mean it would be that easy for every single other person. And in being there for them regardless, of their way of processing it, you're completely right, Katie. Supporting one another is also key. thank you for the kind words, and thank you for co-creating this space with us, from the joy in your being. And thank you, Aaron. Thank you so much, my friend. I am really glad you're doing well, Katie. Looks like we both are coming to terms with our lower times in life. I recall Meld calling us emerge as recovery buddies. Yeah! I mean, I don't know if you've been reaching out to one another, you know? Like, that's also something I'd recommend. If you want to get yourself a light buddy, you know, poke that person. Open a conversation, you know, a line of consciousness between you. Because technically that line stays open forever. And it makes me think sometimes, you know, like some friends will be apologetic when they take a long time to respond to a message. But as soon as I've sent a message, I kind of consider it out there into the universe, and I literally don't add or give any more mental energy to it. And I don't know if that is something that's bad necessarily, but it's so prevalent, if you will, to the point where I would literally forget completely about it. That's how little mental energy I put into it. And then when I see, you know, a notification, I see the message came through, then all of the information comes back to me, and then I'll see like, oh, sorry about it. I'm like, bro, like, you have nothing to be sorry about. We are here now, and that's what's most important. Honestly, we have all been through so much this year, and together through it, it's amazing. Yeah, I've lost more in this year than I have ever, like, I've lost in the collective years before. And yet I feel right now as if I have more than I've ever had. It's a weird contrast to kind of you realize, if you will. Lane, hey to you, friend. Thank you for joining us, my brother. How are you doing, dude? How are you doing, Big Day FM? There we go. Toasty is toasty. Stay today. Can't stay today, my friends. I hope you are all. Why can't I read today? Maybe it's just like because I'm too active in my own mind, so I'm not taking the time. I hope you all have a beautiful and blessed day / night. Love to all of you. Love to you, Cody. Thank you so much, my friend, for spending the time that you did. That's what's most important again. Give love to the babies. Yeah, man. Wish I could join in the clouds. I'm curious, actually. You mentioned that, you know, the fact that I'm going to be doing Sober October is going to be... the freaking hair. It's going to be the same time that you actually get to smoke again. When is that coming up, Lane? Is it soon? Do you know? Is there a dedicated time? Where are you going to do it? I'm curious. I have not been smoking as much lately. I'm trying to cut down. If I smoke too much, my back starts to hurt, Lama. I guess it's my muscles giving out. I'm not sure exactly about that, but I'm curious, Katie. Is it your lower back, kind of close to your kidneys, that starts to hurt? And I don't know if this is just me, but if I, like, and it's more specifically with lions, like if I take lions, then I kind of have the same sensation. But I've also realized that that sensation is very closely correlated with emotional turmoil in that space. The last time I really had that was during a festival called Twilight, just before I left for China. It was basically like during the week prior to that festival. I told my friends that I'll be going to China within the next few weeks, and it was, I think, like 3 weeks after that festival, and I left for China. And there genuinely was this sense of almost, it felt like contention or contempt or, you know, disappointment or disapproval, you know, from my friend group, because I was just kind of up and leaving, you know. And it wasn't like I wanted to. It was literally what I needed to do so that I can continue to, you know, pay for a living. Yeah, pay for a living. Oh goodness, it sounds yikes when I say it like that. But that's exactly what it was, because, you know, for the 3 months prior of me leaving, you know, South Africa and going to China, I was literally bumming it on the couch with my friends. You know, I was technically homeless. And then during this thing, I felt like, I made this decision. I told my friends that I'll be leaving, and then I took Lions, at the festival. And I genuinely felt like this, again, sense of separation. And that sense of separation, again, like gathered in my lower back / around my kidneys. And it was devastating. Like, it was so bad to the point where I felt like I couldn't sit comfortably, so I would continually adjust myself to kind of relieve the pain in a way. So, like, what I'm asking, actually, Katie, do you think is the actual cannabis? Or do you feel that when you smoke cannabis, you feel so intently that the things that bother you kind of have a place of origin, or a spot in which it gathers physically? Because that is something that can happen as well. Cling to the Good says, okay, I'm a newbie to Melt Stream. What should I expect? I expect your mind to melt sometimes. Expect to be loved. Expect to be appreciated for being here, Cling. That's what you can expect, friend. I can't promise more than that, but I can promise at least that. Thank you for joining us. It's so nice to have you here. Sounds fantastic to me. Thank you for the coin gift. Thank you for the helpful pro, Leonardus Ronaldo. How long has it been, friend? 2 months? More than 2 months? Where have you been? How have you been, friend? It's so nice to see you here again. Consistent honesty and openness and respect all around. Aaron, I appreciate your respect for me in this moment as well. Ooh. Man, I kind of forgot what calm felt like for a second. And then the wind stopped. There's some left, but... Okay. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have mentioned it. I jinxed it. Dude! You're just absolutely dropping so much freaking love on me for the schneck, for the all-seeing upvote, for the power, and for the coins that you're gifting me as well, friend. Thank you. I'm looking forward to being able to go and spread that love with other friends as well. You're so appreciated, Leonardus. It's so nice having you here. Go, there's more. Narwhal salutes and horses seals of approval and hugging of trees. And I'll drink to that. I'll drink to you, dude. Make it rain, bruh, for the all-seeing upvote, for the heartwarming, for the schneck, dude. You are absolutely flattering me and just blowing me up with love right now. Thank you. Thank you, dude. You are so loved. How have you been? I want to know. Feels like it's been so long. How's life been treating you? Oh, Schneck. Schneck reminds me of the Snake song on YouTube. The Snake song on YouTube? I don't know it. I do know the Duck song. Is it the Duck song? Bum, bum, bum. Bum, ba-da-da. The duck went up to the lemonade stand and he said to the man running the stand, "Hey, bop, 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 got any grapes?" Like, that was such a vibe to me, like, as a 9-year-old. I was like, yeah, this pops. Why does the freaking duck want grapes from the lemonade stand? And then, like, maybe the duck was just like a sadist, actually. He was just mentally torturing that poor lemonade stand man. Because the lemonade stand man eventually got grapes, and then the duck didn't want them. Monster. Oh, hey, Bonnie, it's nice to have you here, friend. How are you doing? I've lost more than ever, and I feel I have more than ever. This is what I meant by my new life. Oh, man. Okay. I understand now, Aaron. It's a weird feeling, dude. It kind of feels like some cognitive dissonance, because you're like so painfully aware, of the losses you faced, and yet, through the embracing, or in your words, commitment to gratitude, there's this opening up of yourself. You realize that how much you have conceptually is almost more importantly mental based. Like the thoughts you hold, the things you believe, the people you know care about you, and technically that's just, thoughts you hold as well. That is what real wealth is, in my opinion. Helping one another, bit by bit. Aaron, thank you for helping me, dude. You're making me feel, dude. Genuinely. Gandalf the White. Hello, fellow sober knot. Are you also going for sober October, or are you going for like sober indefinitely, friend? Like, I've been smoking weed every single day up until before October, and it started becoming a little bit of a crutch almost. Like, I had to smoke weed to feel comfortable chatting on stream. And I was like, oh, had to smoke weed to really enjoy a meal. Had to smoke weed to like enjoy watching whatever show. And then I was like, bruh, like, this is no longer a healthy relationship. You're no longer smoking weed to accentuate. You're smoking weed to fill, right? You're like, like adding padding instead of it being like a lifting up off. And it made me make this decision, my friend. I hope you made the decision as well. If you made the decision just for the month, why? I would love to hear, friend. You shall not puff puff pass. Oh, goodness, Toasty. You're so freaking clever, man. Gandalf the Grey. Pass that shit. A wizard is never... I'm too high for this, bro. A wizard is never too high or not high enough. He is always exactly as high as he intended to be. And Estian, I think it is my emotions bringing me down, absolutely. I notice if I do smoke too much, it's on days I feel like crap. So you are probably totally right. I feel better since cutting down though. Like, I've been feeling really good as well. I've been feeling clear, I've been feeling happy, I've been feeling needless. Needless has so many negative connotations to it, but I feel like I need less. And that's something that I pride myself on sometimes. I kind of want to be happy with less. I want to be low maintenance. I want to live in a minimalist way. And this just feels like another step towards that. Like, I do believe that I will smoke weed again. I do enjoy it still. But I am going to again, upon reintroducing, if you will, cannabis into my life, it's going to be with even more respect and reverence. Like, and it was that way when I initially came back, and it's still like I still have more respect for it than I would consider. Like, man, this feels like I'm being like, but like normal people, normal stoners, right? Like, and this is not me trying to elevate myself. It's just me trying to give myself some props that I'm not completely just, disrespecting it, because I do. Like, one of the biggest things for me is setting intentions for why I'm smoking. Like, writing a message, or like one of the biggest things, especially if I smoke from my bong, I have this symbol on my bong that symbolizes the connection to higher self. And every single time I smoke from that bong, I literally place my palm and I press it against that symbol, because it's made from little rocks found on our farm. And I'll feel it almost depress like the little skin on my hand, and like, it's not uncomfortable, but I can literally feel it pressing into my skin. And I'll be like, I recognize and appreciate and celebrate my connection to the one. And then I'll take my bong rip. And like, yes, I mean, that is one thing, but if I'm doing that, even though I am accentuating or celebrating my oneness with spirit, I'm still sometimes doing it excessively. If I'm celebrating it every single time, to the point where I no longer genuinely appreciate what it is I'm saying, then I feel like it's no longer something that benefits me. So breaking of patterns can be very beneficial. I'm happy that you're breaking some of your patterns as well, Katie. And I'm happy that it's serving you well. Gandalf, what's the Elvish word for friend? Jack in the Box tacos? What? Oh, melon? Toasty, are you trying to give me a stroke? What? Thank you for the hugs. I appreciate that, infamous one. I'm dead. No. I'll freaking fly all the way to America and resuscitate you, Katie. No dying on me. My man, been a while since I've timed it right to catch your stream, but you're the man, always. Enjoy it. And I enjoy your presence as well, friend. It's so, so nice to have you here. Consistency, you know. Like, it makes me think of you artistic friends, especially. Like, I believe 100% that every single one of us have the ability to free ourselves, from this potential of depression, this potential to feel like life is unfair, and just being consistent, doing the thing you believe genuinely is what you want to do every single day. It's going to lead you there, it's just a matter of time. And being able to do this with you friends, being able to show up in the way that we do, being able to share the love that we do, has just shown me how true that is. How we can inspire one another, like we can inspire one another. And then there's also the use of inspiration. And technically, they are a little bit mutually exclusive, like being inspired and using inspiration are like a little bit of a gap. You have to kind of take a leap of faith sometimes, and it can be intimidating taking that leap of faith. But I've been seeing you friends do it, and it makes me like, it gives me goosebumps. Damn, like you friends don't even know. Kira is also like an absolute, breathtakingly, jaw-droppingly amazing artist. Like she recently sent these patterns, and like as soon as I saw them, I was like, oh my goodness, I need to take these patterns and make them into pashminas. And she was like, yes, we're gonna do it. And I'm like, yeah, we're freaking definitely gonna do it. Absolutely, Kira. Thank you for the wholesome, my friend. Thank you for the helpful, Christabel. I've asked you before, and you don't have to answer, of course, Christabel, but I'm thinking about you now, friend. How are you doing? How's life been treating you? Please do tell, if you're willing to. If not, just be like, Melt, you just do you. You just go, bro. I'm here. I'm here with you, friend. I'm here to listen if you want to say something. Gave the Katie Award. You, Katie, are award just enough as your presence. You don't have to give anything. I know that you love. That's the Elvish word for friend. It's spelled melon. Oh, I think. Okay. I mean, that makes a little bit more sense. Thank you, Toasty. Like, I have a Lord of the Rings fan, but I definitely I'm not a super fan. I'm instantly thinking about, is it Star Trek fans? Star Wars. No, it's Star Trek fans. People learning how to speak, what's that language called? Cluxian. The word is somewhere in my brain. I'm gonna find it. Damn it, it's hiding from me. Klingon! Boom! There we go. People learning Klingon. Klingon? Yeah. It baffles my mind. It's people learning actual imaginary languages. How to speak imaginary languages. We have, a ridiculous amount of languages on planet Earth, and people are like, I really like this one show or series of shows, and they speak a language in these series of shows. Guess I'm gonna learn it. I mean, if you're really good friends with other Star Trek fans, I guess it could be like a niche thing, oh yeah, me and my friends can communicate in Klingon. Klingon. I don't know exactly how to say that word actually, amongst each other in public, and technically they would only be a very limited set of group of people that can actually understand it. So maybe that's why it's a sense of separation slash exclusivity. That's the word I'm looking for instead. Leonardo says, what you said resonated with me. I used to smoke daily to the point where it was necessary instead of an addition to my life. Now, I only smoke it on a very special occasions, and my mind is a lot healthier in response. I agree with that completely, Leonidas, and I think it's so important to do that as well. And it's like I'm thinking for some reason about Seth Rogen, a little bit about Toasty as well, but let's talk about Seth Rogen instead. Like he literally like wakes up, and within like the first hour of him being awake, like he starts smoking his joint and drinking his coffee, and then continually smoking weed throughout the day, and then making sure he like smokes weed before he sleeps, and then he'll wake up in the middle of the night, and then he smokes weed and then goes back to sleep. Like, and I'm not going to be, I mean, Seth Rogen is doing well for himself, but I do not see myself doing that, at least not indefinitely, not as a daily practice. If you want to be kind of celebratory, if you want to kind of lean into it a little bit, I think there is some value in experiencing consciousness like that as well. But I do think that I feel a little bit more mentally healthy as well. Not necessarily mentally healthy, but I'm feeling clear. I'm feeling a little bit more clear, just being in a fasted state as well now. So that's probably also adding to my feelings. But yeah, you're completely right, friend. It is unfortunate sometimes, that it can become it's something that's beautiful, and then it can become something that is necessary, and we don't want that. We want it to be something that we can appreciate, like a fine wine with a meal, instead of having to get wasted every day so that you can just feel human, right? That's the contrast, at least in my mind. Glad to hear that, right? It's perfect that way. You know how I mentioned Melt, that I applied for the English degree, and it's one of the best, in one of the best unis around. I got in! But wait before you congratulate me. Okay, I'm gonna wait. I never thought I'd apply for it ever before. I always thought I'd lean towards tech. I have some things I really need to do before I start paying attention to the interest. It was a different decision and completely based on logic, not feeling. But in the end, I got scared and I thought I might lose one of the only things I like, reading and writing, in pursuits of something else. I got weak and I tried to turn back on my decisions. Okay, there's still more to it. I had to decide between those two in the last few weeks, and I ran myself ragged to collect info to base my decision upon. Met a lot of people, thoughts ran constantly through my head all of the time. And due to lack of care, I ended up sick, worse than the last few years. But yeah, I finally come to the decision and came to terms with it. Finally, in a way that it won't leave a trail of regret behind me wherever I go. Vincent, like, I don't know how old you are, but the fact that you're studying tells me that you're probably, not aged, if you will. And for you to have this understanding, for you to understand, this self-reflection, this ability to kind of see yourself throughout this whole process, and to kind of, align yourself with an understanding that you want to make the right decision. You don't want to, in your words, leave a trail of regret. It's extremely mature. And I'm so proud of you, Vincent. You are a superstar, dude. Thank you so much for sharing that with me, friend. Cling on. That's it. That is it. I'm gonna log off Reddit for a bit. Love all you guys. Love you, Katie. Thank you for sharing this space with us, my friend. Have an amazing Sunday as well. Okay, so much love. Aji. I also took care of I've already read one. Wait a second. Did I? No, I haven't. Okay. I've also took care of a lot of stuff in the last week, and I needed to get done, and I finally feel that I can let go of a lot of things and embrace a bit of freedom. This life that I've chosen for myself is really gonna be hard, but I'm ready to take it on. That is all I can say. I've been dealing with all of this since I joined your stream. One of the reasons I sought you out, to find a break in between. So thank you, friend. Thank you for being here with me in difficult times, and sorry for talking too much now. But I wanted to say Thank you. Like, I was actually thinking, as I was reading through your messages, Vincent, how, like, viscerally close I feel to you right now, friend. You don't have to apologize even for a second. You don't even have to consider apologizing. You are appreciated, friend. Thank you. Genuinely thank you. Cannabis also has medical uses. Cannabis and everything is better than Bursa plus SSRIs. I know you know. I agree 100%, Toasty. And that's why it's not a call out. It's not a, being like, oh, you're wrong. It's just like taking a break, like breaking the pattern a little bit. And I know you know as well a little bit, Toasty, that there is some value in taking a break, even if it's just resetting tolerance so you can get super blazed after you smoke again, right? Like that can even be an intention, you know? And that can be a great intention as well because it is something you can experience. Taking a break can make you feel even more into that feeling, right? Goodbye and have a fun Sunday, y'all. Goodbye, Vincent. Thank you, my friend. Kyle the Panda, or Kai Zyle the Panda. Thank you for joining us again. Like, Kazile the Panda posted a photo on the r/Haywire Hill where he was like, something about, I can't do sober October. I like my. What was he eating? Unfortunately, in my mind, it's just kind of. It looks like a maybe it's probably a taco because of the amount of times we mentioned tacos on stream, and an apple cider. And I just had to comment. I'm like, dude, you don't have to. I'm doing sober October for you. You go and enjoy that cider for me. And he was just like, yeah, I'll do that. And I appreciate you, dude. Thank you so much. Friends, I am going to end the stream. I think it's a very short one today. But it's so freaking cold out today that I'm going to say bye a little bit earlier. Thank you for sharing the space with me, for being here with me today. I love you indefinitely. And I'll see you all again tomorrow. Goodbye, everyone.